Today on Horror Movie Talk, we will be reviewing 2023's The Toxic Avenger. This movie was chosen by our patrons. If you want to help pick a movie for us to review every month, go to patreon.com/horrormovietalk.
Is this a metal thing?
Yes.
Little taste.
David, what is this?
It's pretty thick.
Great.
I have to kill a lot of people. Just tell me what you want me to fuck.
I have big tits and a tiny vagina.
Oil me up, Daddy.
I can't believe that Bryce prefers big tits. Mistletoe alert. This is backcountry.
This guy was a real jerk.
How long can Hugo be pregnant?
Chomp, 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 chomp.
Oh, you're such a dick, David.
Okay, everybody, put on your corpse handling gloves.
Ew.
Hoodie Picasso. Horror.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Horror Movie Talk. My name is Max, and with me, as always, is Bryce Hansen, as well as our special guest, Jissel. How you doing, Jissel?
Can't complain, doing great.
As you guys know, we've been auditioning for the spot of co-host, so we're trying to have as many of you on as we can, and today we have Jissel. Do you want to spend a minute and just let us get to know you a bit?
Yes, hi, my name's Jissel. I've been a listener for a long time, a patron since 2021. I'm a horror lover, planner, gamer, all the things. Puerto Rican, don't let the complexion fool you. And that's about it. I'm mean, but I swear I'm nice.
And what kind of horror movies do you like?
All of them. So my first one was when I was 3. My mom had me young, and Night of the Living Dead was my jam.
You sure it wasn't House on Haunted Hill?
At what age did you see House on Haunted Hill with Vincent Price?
Maybe 10. I was looking for stuff.
Pretty young.
I was looking for stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're really happy to have you on. And we have an incredible show today. We're a silly and opinionated show that new releases always get priority, but we also review older horror movies, both good and horrible. This is kind of like a midway point where this movie came out a couple years ago and we did not review it, but we're getting to it now. So don't expect a full recap, but strap in for some hot takes as we dive into what we liked and hated about this movie. Make sure that wherever you're viewing this, you rate, review, like, subscribe, press whatever buttons are on your screen, except for the X at the top. Check out horrormovietalk.com to find links to our socials or call 682-253-4468 and leave us a voicemail and you can hear your voice on the show. Today we will be reviewing The Toxic Avenger 2023, not the older one. We'll start by giving a spoiler-free synopsis and review. After we give our score, we'll jump into the spoilers section. At the end of the episode, we will be listening to our voicemails. So we're going to need some more after today. Fill it up. The Toxic Avenger can be found on Hulu. That's the only place I saw it. Did anyone else watch it somewhere else?
Nope. Hulu.
No, yeah, it was on Hulu.
All right.
Yeah, it's weird because it says it's a 2023 movie, and that was literally just at a festival or a couple festivals.
Oh, did it not have a wide release?
It didn't actually get anything close to release until last year.
Oh, okay. So it is pretty new. This movie is about Peter Dinklage, who plays Winston, a janitor working for a super polluter company called Body Talk Healthstyle. He struggles to support his stepson, Wade, after his mother dies of cancer. When he is diagnosed with cancer of his own or some other brain disease, he appeals to his boss for an insurance policy that will cover his medical expenses. Like all good bosses, he denies this. So Wade attempts to steal the money, only to be caught by henchmen and thrown in toxic waste. But to everyone's surprise, the sludge only makes Winston more badass. Under the new name, the Toxic Avenger, Winston fights crime and kicks butt. I will admit that I originally misjudged the Toxic Avenger a little bit. Our Facebook group has mentioned this movie multiple times, and it just never looked that appealing to me. I'm personally not very interested in crass, overly explicit shock gore movies. But to be honest, I found myself laughing a lot more than I expected to. There are some genuinely funny moments in this movie, and the cast is stacked with actors like Kevin Bacon, Elijah Wood, and of course Peter Dinklage, who carry this movie on their backs. It's still not really my cup of tea, and I actually think the movie got progressively less interesting as we moved into the third act. But it's still a decent movie that affords some good times. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Jissel, what did you think?
I liked it. It was fun. It didn't try to be serious. It knew what it was. I kept looking at my watch, though. I know I'm not going to rewatch it. The gore, cool. It was very trauma. You knew what you were watching. I also gave it a 6 out of 10. Taxi lovers might hate that, but they'll be all right.
Yeah.
Well, I liked it a lot. I haven't watched any of the other trauma movies. Like, I'm aware of the kind of the trauma verse, and kind of the aesthetic and the place that it held in B-movie lore. And it's interesting seeing this with, without the context of anything that came before it, because it is truly a B movie in like a really high value budget suit. You know, it's like, I don't know. I couldn't find what the budget was for this, but it must have been significant, and they must not have made any money back off of it. Because the only thing I can see about a budget is that they spent their $5 million marketing budget on like to paying people's medical bills, and any like ticket prices that they got from it, they sent to charity. So I don't know what the situation was for the production, why they just felt fine with just saying, fuck it. We don't care about making our money back. But it was made in 2023, and then it kind of sat in purgatory because no one would distribute it because it was undistributable, apparently. And I don't get why that's the case. It's a really fun movie. It's a little more extreme than you would usually see in theaters, but like, I mean, honestly, it's not for an R-rated movie. There's nothing like so extreme that there wouldn't be an audience for it. You know, I mean, Malignant did really well, and that was pretty similarly, B movie coded. But yeah, I like the aesthetic. I think it looked great. I thought the directing was great. The script was really fun. For it being a B movie script and having it like very tropey and following like, you know, cliches and then commenting on the cliches, that was like the funnest part for me. The little asides and stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's not something that I'm going to go back to a ton of times. It was just, it's kind of an oddity because it has a way better cast than it deserves. It has a way better production value than it deserves. But it truly is at its heart like a schlock B movie. And in that sense, like in what they're going for, they succeeded really well, I think. I'd give it like for what it is, I'd give it an 8 out of 10. Like if you're in the mood for a schlock Toxic Avenger movie, like this is what you're looking for, you know?
Now, does this movie sit in like an expanded universe with other films?
Well, you know, the original Toxic Avenger came out in 1984, I think, and I think it had several sequels, and then the production company Troma Films like has its own kind of aesthetic and like, you know, universe. It's just basically any movie made by Troma is kind of similar. And I think they reference other films in it, I'm assuming. But no, it's not like a cinematic universe the way we know it
Have
now.
either of you seen the original Toxic Avenger?
It's been years, but I saw it, yeah.
I've seen parts of it. I don't think I ever sat through the whole thing.
Is there like a comparison? Like which one, does this live up to that, or is the old one better, or is it worse?
I mean, it's literally feels like, I mean, it's not comparable. Like it's, you know, like an 80s B movie is a particular thing. Like you have to see it within the context of what was going on at the time. And, you know, it was like, let's, you know, see what we can do with like $100,000 and have some practical effects that have a payoff for the audience. But it looks like, I mean, especially like character design and stuff like that, it looks ridiculous compared to this.
I mean, this looks pretty ridiculous.
Yeah. And it's cartoonish. I mean, I really like the aesthetics of the movie. Like, I think the Toxic Avenger character design is great. I think it works really well. And, you know, it's this blend between, you know, having shots where it's like, oh, really realistic, you know, kind of goopy. And then it kind of transitions to a cartoon, you know, makeup.
Yeah.
And I think it works.
Well, so 2 6s and an 8. Man, you giving it an 8 makes me feel like I need to like balance it out and lower my score to like a 4 or something, but we'll keep it.
I mean, again, it's like, for what it is, it's great. Like, it's like mission accomplished. And if this is the type of movie you want to see, then it delivers. Like, but if you don't like B movies that are schlocky, then yeah, it's going to be a bad time.
The B in B movie stands for bad, Bryce.
No, you can't say that. There's good ones, I promise.
The best of the bad. Alrighty. If you're listening to these commercials, you should know that you do not have to. If you head on over to patreon.com/horrormovietalk, you can get ad-free content, early access to episodes as soon as they're edited, and bonus content, including a whole nother podcast that we record after this one. You also are able to choose movies or help other patrons choose movies and vote for them once a month, just like they did for this one. So if you are upset at this choice, you need to go over to Patreon and balance out the scales, because it's always close. There's always like 3 movies that are really close in the voting. You can also go to horrormovietalk.com/shop. There we have merchandise for you, like hats, hoodies, shirts, the t-shirts, other kinds of shirts, form-fitting things, buttons, stickers. Anything that you could want to have from Horror Movie Talk, we've got your back. If you would do us a great favor, check out our resident artist, Dustin Goebel. He takes commission for artwork from HMT fans. He also has a project called Forayan, which we tag on all the photos that we post of his on our channel. So go to our channel, click on the photo, and then you'll be right at his project, Forayan, which is a graphic novel that he is writing and doing the artwork for. He puts out different panels for the chapter that he's on. I believe he's putting out panels for chapter 2 right now. So please go support him, because he is a huge help to us and we couldn't do this show without him. Again, if you want to call into the show and hear your voice on it sometime, call 682-253-4468. Thanks again for listening. Let's get into the spoilers. So right off the bat, one of my favorite parts about this movie is the the gang slash musical group, the Killer Nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Timu Sinister Six. That's what I call them.
Right.
Yeah.
They're contracted by the big company BTH, I think they're called, and they basically do their bidding. But the best part about them is that one of them just can't stop doing flips. Everywhere he goes, he has to do flips, and he's always getting in the way and messing up flips. And it's things like that when I started this movie, I was like, okay, I could actually have some fun with this. Like, it's not serious at all. They are attacking this reporter who's gonna try to dig up some dirt on the company, and they start shooting him, and he just keeps getting back up. And that's another thing where I'm just like, this is good. This is funny.
Yeah.
Rasputin, very much so.
Yeah. Yeah, the Killer Nuts, I would describe them as like the expanded universe of the Insane Clown Posse.
Right.
Like it's the and yeah, it's very much like an 80s tropey gang of like, yeah, the one guy that's just flipping for no reason, you know? And they've all got like a character type. Yeah, I mean, I was on board the same thing with the first scene, and because it's like, oh, is the reporter like actually invincible? Does he have like some kind of superpowers? And it's like, no, they're just making a joke. It's just like, I'm still can't kill me, asshole.
I also really like how the band actually takes their music really seriously. Like they have these jobs to do, but they're like, we can't miss rehearsal. Like, we need to do sound check. It's actually really important that we sound good for the community.
Yeah, they really think that there's something.
Yeah.
So that reporter in the opening scene, that's actually the director. And I was like, because I thought it was pretty good direction in this movie. I was like, what has he done before? And then I went and saw he's known in the IMDb where it says he's known for. It's known for Blue Ruin and Green Room. And I'm like, holy shit, he directed Blue Ruin and Green Room? No wonder it's great. It's like, no, he acted in Blue. He was like the main actor in Blue Ruin, and he was in Green Room. I think this is the only like the second feature that he's directed, but I thought he did a great job.
Yeah. I don't know. As far as, I think it was fine, but the pacing felt off to me. Like we're like,
it was a little long. An hour and 40 something minutes is like, it gets a little rough for the last 20 minutes. You're like, okay.
The first half I was really bought in. 20. It was the second half that it started to lose me, and I just didn't really care that much.
Yeah, that's when I started checking the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like after the scene where that was in like the teaser trailer where he like attacks the random, terrorists in the diner, like that was the funnest part of the movie. And then they should have just kind of wrapped it up from there. They should have like tacked on another, 10, 15 minutes to like have him go rescue or, defeat somehow the evil corporation. And then just done with that. But they like basically started a whole nother movie after that scene. You
know what I can be really grateful for the Toxic Avenger for is it's made me a better person. I didn't know, and I don't know why this never crossed my mind, but Peter Dinklage is in his kitchen cooking up a meal for his son. And I was like, wait a minute, that counter is like at his height. I never imagined that they would accommodate in size wise. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, people that are little people design their houses for themselves or have to find I mean, you either like change the counter height to make it more accessible, or you have to have a bunch of step stools everywhere.
Right. But they're like renting this apartment. So either the town is just like super progressive and accommodating, or B, the landlord was like, oh no, we'll get that switched out for you. No problem.
Yeah. Well, the landlord was the old lady, wasn't it?
Maybe she owned for sure her shop that's below the apartment.
Yeah.
I don't know if she owns the apartment above.
Yeah. I think even tall people have changed the height of their counter. So like basketball players and stuff. I mean, if you think about it, it's like pretty important.
Yeah.
You know, especially for cooking. If you're like 7 foot and you've got to cook at a normal counter, you're going to get scoliosis from bending over so much.
Can you imagine just screaming, my sciatic, making eggs?
Yeah.
Now, do basketball players make their own food? Because I feel like
No.
if I was a basketball player, I would just have a chef.
Yeah.
A
Depends.
normal sized
Depends on
chef who I do not have to change my kitchen for.
Yeah. I mean, I think different strokes for different folks. There's some pretty frugal basketball players that don't spend their money on that, but
I think having a chef is one of the best ways you can spend your money if you're rich. Like, what a way to make your life way better.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have someone food prep for me and do all manner of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like a personal chef and a maid. I mean, what else? I mean, quality of life wise, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Like, it's more important to me than buying a nice car. Like, have a car that gets you around and then have a chef. Way more important.
Yeah.
That would be ironic. You like driving a 2001 Honda Accord and you've got a personal chef at home, like making you a frittata.
It's a worthy sacrifice.
Yeah.
Agreed.
All right. Would you rather have a maid, a chef, or a chauffeur?
Ooh. I mean, not a chauffeur. Chauffeur would be the easiest one to get rid of.
He'll drive you cross country, though, if you're going on a road trip.
I'd probably actually choose a maid, to be honest, because you can always just eat out, you know, or DoorDash is practically a personal chef, you know.
I'll do a chef. Definitely chef for me. Cleaning, easy. I grew up having to clean when I didn't want to. So I would like the chef, please.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is I don't want to cook and I don't want to clean, but cleaning takes no skill, whereas cooking does.
True. Yeah, I mean, in terms of like what would be the best for me, probably the personal chef. If I had a personal chef that made me healthy meals and portioned it out for me, just be like, you get this much. Be like, all right, I guess I guess I'll be thin now.
Yeah.
Well, you've been making some good healthy choices all on your own without a chef. I asked if you wanted to get some lunch on the Horror Movie Talk Patreon money, and you said no.
Well, yeah, that's mostly just because I was cheap that week. I'm fine with doing lunches on a double episode week just for incentive to be able to do those. But on just a regular week where we're feeling lazy, nah. No. Well, you know what? We're getting off on a tangent, but probably one of the best decisions that I've made eating wise is I joined the Panera drink club.
Oh.
Where at the introductory rate, it's like $5 a month for 3 months, and you can just like go there for unlimited drinks.
Any drink?
So not any drink.
Okay.
And honestly, they don't have a real wide selection.
Yeah.
It's like soft drinks, teas, lemonades, and like plain coffee stuff.
Okay.
So
I kind
it's
of
not
hate
a huge
Panera,
selection.
so I figure I'd ask.
Yeah. But The fact that I now average going there like 2.5 times a day just to maximize the value of getting the free drinks. I do end up like, well, since I'm here, I might as well get a salad, for lunch. And yeah, I mean, the difference between eating a very, very expensive salad and soup versus, going to McDonald's next door I notice it. It's like, yeah, actually, I don't feel like shit after eating this. It's interesting.
That's true. Yeah.
But yeah, they totally got me. Like, I'm trying to maximize the amount of money I'm stealing from them from this program, but also it's doing exactly what they want it to do, which is like, well, as long as you're here, just spend another $1 for this cheesy bread. And it's like, I'm as much as I'm like, savvy and don't want to be a sucker, like they get me every once in a while.
Well, you know what? We've been on a tangent, so let's keep doing that. I have been making large quantities of pasta because I only want to cook once every couple days. And so I'll make a ton of pasta, and then I have been eating that pasta for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I think I'm going insane.
Yeah, don't do that.
Pasta's versatile, rough, but damn, my boy.
I put some chicken in it. It's got the sauce. It's tasty. It's just, I think my body is rejecting it at this point.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner is insane. Like, at least have a different like I could stomach lunch and dinner. Yeah. Just like grind it out. But for breakfast, that's insane. Get some cereal or something just to shake it up.
No, I made the pasta. I got to eat the pasta. It goes bad.
I cooked twice this week. This is like a personal record.
Wow.
Whoa.
I cooked for my family twice this week.
What did you make?
Once was one of those frozen bags that you just throw in a pan and then it's done once it's heated up. That was nice. And then the other one, I actually did a recipe, and it turned out really well.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't cook very much, so you're good.
I'll send you my pasta recipes. All right.
I'm assuming it's spaghetti with spaghetti sauce.
It is not, actually. It's bow tie with spaghetti sauce.
Whoa. Oh. See, it's fancy.
All right. So it also is setting up kind of Winston's family life. So his wife died and his stepson kind of hates him and is also like neurodivergent in some way, I guess. And he has to go to expensive doctor's appointments. So he's already in the hole. And then he goes to the doctor and finds out that compared to a normal scan, his scans look really, really bad.
I love the doctor's office visit, like that it's kind of subtle where the doctor is just like, just asking him about his son, like, how are things going? Like, because he's like, I got some really bad news to share you. And then he just starts chatting.
Yeah.
And Peter Dinklage is like, yeah, okay. And
he's like, my daughter got her period. Don't be telling some man about your daughter's period.
It's like, congratulations.
Right.
I also like that he's like, yeah, you have 6 months to live, or a year, like, I guess. Maybe 6 months.
Oh, yeah, I love that. See, this is a good example of the writing. It's like, this is just good wordplay. It's like, best case scenario, 6 months to a year. So, I mean, I guess best case a year. Which is just subtle enough of just like, oh, yeah, I mean, I guess if we're saying best case a year.
It's pretty good.
But
he does say, if you can afford it, there's this very expensive medication that may be able to help you. So he calls his insurance, has that conversation that we've all had a million times where you can't quite even figure out what your insurance does for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is so relatable. It's like, but I'm on, that's covered on the gold plan, but I'm on the platinum plan. Like, no, not everything on the gold plan is covered by the plan. It's different tiers. Like, I don't know what tiers are.
It was too real. I was like, oh no. And then you wonder.
This year I got a phone call from my insurance company and they're like, hey, bud, just so you know, we're raising your prices by $100 starting this year. And I was like, why? And they're like, we just have to.
Yeah, we just want more money.
It's the same plan, same coverage, but it costs $100 more. Okay, what am I going to say? No?
Right.
They could call me and ask for any amount of money and I'd have to give it to them.
Yeah.
I mean, it made it apparent to me. I'm like, isn't it obvious that all insurance should just cover everything?
Right.
Like, why is there different levels of insurance? Like, it's so dystopian where it's like, oh, well, we want to offer, well, I know from my marketing education, I know why, because it's just literally marketing.
Yeah.
It's like, well, yeah, if you don't need that much insurance, you can pay less, and then, you can roll the dice. But what that really means is people that need more insurance but are poor can only pay for the less coverage. It's like, this is the case for single payer healthcare. It's like, just have everyone the same insurance and have them, all pay the same, or have the government provide it. Because
my husband gave his body to the government, so he has full coverage through the VA. So nice. I'm always like, stop bragging, bro, because he can just go whenever for whatever, and it's covered.
That's awesome. Yeah, it is strange that the whole model is based on like, well, how willing are you to risk your life? Like, you're probably going to be fine. And yes,
it's just choosing one dystopia over another. Like, do you want the dystopia of like navigating the bureaucracy of like 20 different levels of insurance and roll the dice and see like if it covers what you need when you actually have a problem? Or do you want the dystopian of it having a single payer and have the government say like, well, this is just when you die, It's like, and you're like, okay, all right. I choose the latter. I'd rather, I'd do that trade-off where it's like, listen, we're going to cover everyone for everything, no matter like the obscure cancer or whatever, like we'll get you in. But everyone, once they hit the age of 65, you got to go into the blender and just die. Like, we're just not going to cover, because old people are too expensive. Let's just be honest. And you're past your working age.
Not even 72.
You're past your useful lifespan.
Bryce, you're not even giving yourself 20 more years here in this scenario.
Right.
21,
No. You're in your 40s.
I'm 40.
If you die at 60.
Yeah, 65.
65.
Yeah.
Well,
retirement age. I say once you're retirement age, you're no longer adding to the economy.
Well, they're trying to move the retirement age because we're staying too healthy old. So they're like, well, we got to squeeze some money out of you if you're going to be healthy. 75 is the new 65.
Yeah. I'm just saying, if I was to choose a dystopia, I would be fine with it being old people having a death penalty.
Dude, what if we did horror movie talk until we retired?
I'm planning on it, man. I'm here, rain or shine.
Of horror movie talk
from my hospital bed.
I don't think it's possible to have a podcast for 50 years and not be huge. You know what I mean? Like, at some point, they've got to be like, we just got to start listening to you because you have 900 episodes.
Right.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think that's true because I think there are podcasts that have existed since
like 2001.
The beginning of podcasting that still have almost zero listeners, probably. You're not accounting for the amount of insufferable people with podcasts.
Right.
Fair.
Of like insufferable people that are just talking to themselves.
Yeah.
and they think what they have to say is interesting.
Listen, you know the market is bad when podcasts are coming to us looking for clout. Like, if a podcast reaches out to us and they're like, hey, can you promote this thing? Or like, can we be on your show to promote this thing? You're in the hole, buddy. You're in trouble.
Yeah. But that's not us. We're a very good podcast.
We are pretty good.
Yeah.
We're not insufferable.
I mean, I think you're good, but maybe I'm biased.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
yeah, Winston has to...
the setup is they're in hard times and, evil corporation, you've seen it about a million times, and evil corporation doesn't care. Headed by Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, one thing I got him.
Can we talk about the cast of this movie? How stacked
it's incredible.
This cast is? For
how did they get them to agree to do this movie? It's crazy.
Because it was fun.
I mean, I look at it, I'm like, yeah, it would be a good time to be on this movie. But they got Peter Dinklage. The son is Jacob Tremblay, which is the kid from The Room. Or from Room.
He's in a lot of things, I think. He's very recognizable.
Yeah. They got Elijah Wood and Kevin Bacon. And I think those are the main, super noticeable people.
Dude, Kevin...
And then JJ, the mom from Welcome to Derry, I was like, I know her face, and that's where she's from, Welcome to Derry. I think she's so beautiful. So it was nice to look at her.
Yeah. Kevin Bacon killed this role because one of the early jokes in the movie that had me laughing out loud was it shows like a commercial for the company, and he's just talking about the product with his shirt off. I don't know why that's so funny to me, to do a professional commercial for your big company, just totally shirtless with like a big necklace on.
Yeah.
And then you see him getting an infusion of gorilla blood.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, so the company, I was trying to figure out what the company does. They make like health products, I guess, of some sort.
Yeah, I mean, it sounded like their products were basically fraudulent and toxic, to people. But yeah, I mean, it's literally just toxic corporate company. You know? I don't know why they need giant barrels of toxic goo to make medicine, but apparently that's really important. Like, I don't know what their, the after products of making, fake medication is, but apparently it's horrible for the environment
and is giving everyone cancer.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys know about? No one's commented on Captain Planet behind me.
I was gonna ask what even that was, but I didn't want to sound dumb.
I love Captain Planet, and all I see on my screen is one of the kids, and I was like, he'll bring it up. But yeah, I love Captain Planet.
Yeah, Captain Planet this is basically an extended Captain Planet episode.
Yeah.
And like the evil corporation and Kevin Bacon's character is basically taken from Captain Planet. It's like, what do we do? Pollute. Why? Because we like it. You know, there's not really any other reason other than that. So yeah, I mean, it's crazy. I'm so curious what the budget is for this, because it just seems like, I think in the trivia it talks about how the remake has been in the works for like decades, and several versions of it have fallen through, and they basically wanted to reboot like a PG-13 cinematic universe around Toxic. Okay. Because like the history of the original Toxic Avenger was it had the kind of the B movie, it had a couple sequels, and then it had like a kid-friendly cartoon show, like a Saturday morning cartoon show of the Toxic Avengers, which that's a whole nother topic, talking about how bizarre 80s kid shows were that are related to R-rated movies. but yeah, they were like, I think what they were going for was they were going to try to use this property to try to get some kind of kid-friendly mass appeal cinematic universe like the Toxic Avengers cartoon was. And that obviously isn't what happened. Like, this is a heavy R.
I wouldn't characterize this as getting mass appeal either.
I mean, it's fun. It's cool. Like, it's like schlocky.
It's also just so niche, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they didn't make a lot of choices to make it more popular. I mean, even like casting Peter Dinklage, as much as I love Peter Dinklage, it is like a strong choice if you're going to try to make it mass appeal, I guess.
But they made what they wanted to make. So, I mean, I think it was very much you accept it or you don't. So, you know, they were like, it's trauma. Do you know what you're getting into? No, that's a you problem kind of thing.
Yeah.
So Peter Dinklage has gone on record saying that little people shouldn't just be taking these roles as like elves, trolls, you know, little dudes. I don't know. I feel like this counts.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the difference is the Toxic Avenger, the original, was not a little person. So it technically is not a little person role, but it is very much a, you know, troll like, you know, design.
Yeah.
It's interesting in the trivia. This is another thing where it's like, I'm just shocked at how much effort they put into this for what reason. It's just such a, it's similar to like, how did they give Robert Eggers just unlimited budget for the Northmen? It's like, I'm glad they did, but that was never going to make any money. And it's like stands as a, you know, just this little gem of like should have never existed financially, because this one, I read the trivia. It's like, that's not Peter Dinklage in the makeup.
Really?
So what they did, Peter Dinklage recorded shot all the, you know, scenes when it's him. And then they shot Peter Dinklage on like a sound stage to capture his performance for all the stuff that would be in the costume. Mm-hmm. And so they like captured it. And then they had a lady do the physical work. So Luisa Guerrero, I don't know how to say that name.
Guerrero. It'd be Guerrero or Guerrero.
It's a Guerreiro. And she was the person in like all the prosthetics and recreated physically Peter Dinklage's performance. And then Peter Dinklage came back and did voiceover
so strange
for her performance.
Maybe they couldn't afford him for that long for him to wear the makeup too, or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess. But I mean, that seems like a lot of work to have Peter Dinklage be.
Maybe
the Toxic
he just
Avenger.
Wasn't interested in doing the whole makeup thing. Like, I wouldn't want to sit in a chair for 12 hours while they put prosthetics on me.
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, that's crazy that like the cost of having him sit through makeup and do the performance is less than paying another performer to do it and then have Peter Dinklage do it basically like twice.
Yeah. I'm wondering
but
if
actually,
they
I think probably the real reason is Peter Dinklage probably couldn't do the physicality of like the action sequences. Is probably what
with the extra weight of the makeup and the mop and all of that just not work. They probably tried.
Yeah. So
well, let's kind of breeze through some of this movie. He tries to get coverage, doesn't work, begs his boss for money, and he's basically ridiculed and tossed out of this big gala. And so his next idea is to go rob the company, which keeps its money in a vault in the factory.
Just full of cash.
All factories, have the big vault of cash. So he tries to steal it. He bumps into JJ, who's trying to steal goop to test to expose the company, and she brings along the crazy nuts or the killer nuts who kill Winston and dump his body in the sludge, which revives him. Now, is this the same kind of way it happens in the original movie?
I think it's similar. I don't think it's like it follows it completely, but I mean, I'm pretty sure it's a guy in a tutu falls into toxic sludge, and that's how he's created.
Yeah. I'm trying to think about it. Yeah. I think that's just all it is, because he's wearing a tutu and this polka dot thingamajig, and he's falling in.
Now, this is a question, and I don't think Max can answer this, but there's a huge trope to have barrels of toxic goo. And it seems like there was a lot of fear around toxic goo in the 80s that's just sitting around. In reality, does that barrel of toxic goo exist? Like, is there a company that just actually has barrels of green toxic goo that they have to dispose of somehow? Like, specifically green toxic goo. It's always green toxic goo.
I think what it is in real life is usually like a barrel of water that's radiated or something that they need to like bury in the desert.
That gets buried. That's all I know, but I don't think it's green. I just think we make it green because it's pretty.
I think the closest thing, like the latent fear is like toxic waste. And I think even that is like, it's not green toxic goo. It's probably, again, like radiated water or like spent uranium or plutonium rods that are just in a box that's buried under.
Have you ever heard of those stories of like a guy who's like just doing his job? Maybe he's a farmer and he like stumbles upon this just like little metal rod and he's like, that's kind of weird. Puts it in his back pocket and walks home, and then immediately gets like skin and muscle eating cancer that kills him in 2 days.
I haven't heard that one.
People wouldn't surprise me, to be honest.
there are stories of people just finding like leftover radiated things and like not just thinking there's just some random object, and the proximity to them, they like put it in their pocket or something, or they take it home and it kills them.
Yeah. I guess like in war, they have like uranium, like, was it like uranium shells and stuff? Spent uranium bullets or something? I don't know. What would the circumstances be for that rod to be out in the
I don't
field
know.
is the real question.
I don't know the exact circumstances. I watched like a documentary or like a fake documentary. It's like a YouTube video that talked about it. But
anyway, it'd be really interesting to me to see what the origination of this concept of green goo in barrels was. Who was the first pop culture show, cartoon, comic to have green goo in barrels?
The Ninja Turtles.
No. Yeah. I would love if it was, though. My little turtle boys.
I mean, Ninja Turtles are basically kind of a joke about Daredevil, about Daredevil's origin.
Daredevil?
So
the blind one?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he's blind because of toxic goo.
I didn't.
Yeah, that's
I thought he was just born blind. I didn't know he had powers. I thought he was just blind and had like kung fu.
That's why he's like a dolphin. He echolocates. That's why he hits his stick on things.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah.
No, he's super powered blind, not just like
Yeah.
blind Batman.
I literally thought he was just a blind Batman.
Yeah.
Bummer.
Anyways, so yeah, and then I mean, you can kind of predict what the rest of the movie's going to be like.
Yeah.
It's a superhero origin story. He gets powers. He displays the powers and then goes after the big bad after the big bad comes after him.
Right. They kidnap his son, and so he has to go save him. And this is kind of where the movie just lost me. I don't know if I just didn't build up enough emotional investment in the characters during the first half or what, but like they get captured. He pees on his chains to break them because he pees acid.
Yeah.
And then he fights the bat. So Kevin Bacon drinks his blood to get powers, but it kind of just turns him into a troll who has a tummy ache.
It turns him into the Beast from Beauty and the Beast.
Right.
Beast, yeah. I wrote down Beast or Satyr, but yeah.
Right. And then they tussle. They have a little muscle tussle, and the Toxic Avenger comes out on top, and that's pretty much the movie. Yeah, that last part just drags a little bit. Takes a while to get there.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's very predictable, and it's like what you expect. I think the fun is the dialogue, the in-between moments, and like kind of the tongue-in-cheek aspects of the movie. That's where I got enjoyment out of it. I think the movie looks great. Like I was surprised at how good like the cinematography was and the lighting. It's very like high quality schlock in terms of lighting. It reminded me a lot of like Creepshow.
Yeah.
The first Creepshow, kind of the dramatic lighting. And like I thought it was a high quality movie for what it was.
Well, the ending, he is in the hospital and he's a hero, and they find out that the sludge has cured him of his cancer. And I just don't know if we could ever successfully accept a green man into our society at this point in time. I don't know if
at this point in our society now,
I don't think we could do it.
We can accept. I think we
you
could.
were about to say something that you would have to cut out, weren't you?
I think we can.
Listen,
in
fact, I think the Toxic Avenger would be able to compete in the Olympics, and no one would be able to say anything about it.
Yeah. Hey, he's better than the Dorito dictator. I'll say it's fine.
Well, what I think would happen is, you know how, okay, this is my least favorite argument from, well, maybe not from anybody. There's some pretty bad arguments out there. But when people say things are bad because it's unnatural, they would point to this man and be like, look at him, he's green. This is unnatural and it's wrong. And then he would probably be assassinated for being green.
But he can't be assassinated. Like someone would try to murk him, and then he would just spit out the bullet from his skin.
Well, can he die if he gets like? He's not invincible though. What is his powers? I don't know if I understand his powers.
From this movie, he's basically, they drained him of all of his blood, and he still survived.
I would say he's kind of like Cell from Dragon Ball Z. They would have to have him into little tiny pieces and then separate him so that they can actually kill him.
I think if you cut off his head, hold on, Bryce is dying. I think if you cut off his head, he would die because he's not going to grow a new head.
That's fair.
You don't know that. Maybe it would grow two of them.
No, okay, this is what would happen because he also has like magic blood that sometimes turns you into Beast from Beauty and the Beast. Sometimes it just heals your wounds completely.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So what would happen is there would be like some impoverished schizophrenic man who has a mother who's dying of diabetes or something. I don't know. And he would stalk the Toxic Avenger, kill him, and then force his mom to drink the blood. This is the type of thing that would happen because he can't afford insurance.
Think you could kill him. You could get the blood, but you wouldn't have to kill him to do it. You could probably incapacitate him, you know?
Or some elite would like chain him up and just siphon his blood daily. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or he could become the new god to a village, and they get his blood and heal their wounds and stuff.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He'd be the origin of a new species.
Yeah, something. You know who we didn't talk about? And he's my favorite character, Fritz. Elijah Wood's character. Looking like the penguin and
underused.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He even has a pan flute. Like, my favorite. Very underused.
Elijah Wood just does.
Yeah, I like that Elijah Wood just basically got to be gold in this.
He picks the strangest movies to be in. And I don't know.
I love it.
I imagine he just, has had so much success in the past that he could just do whatever. And it doesn't really matter to him if the movie makes a ton of money. But he's also in a movie. What's it called? It's like, it's called like Daddy or something. It's a horror movie. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes. Where they're like after him or something. That one. Yeah. I think him and Daniel Radcliffe are the same. They made so much money when they were younger that now they could just do whatever they wanted.
Yeah. He's in so much stuff. Mm-hmm. Like his credit since Lord of the Rings is like nonstop.
Yeah. Was he in The Monkey? Yes. Okay. His character in The Monkey was great too.
He's the stepdad. Yeah.
Yeah, I liked him in that one. So, I mean, that's pretty much it for this one. Is there anything else that we missed that you wanted to go over?
Probably, but
Airblender was good, and the after credits scene. Did you see that?
I didn't watch the after credit scene, but I heard that there was one.
Yeah, he's just making a grilled cheese. And the kids dancing in the background. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think they also try to set up a second one by saying that the woman, Kevin Bacon's assistant, Chrissy, is still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kissy was a mess.
All right. You ready to jump into the voicemails?
Let's do it. Horror movie whores.
I keep going out of focus and it's like distracting me. If I sit right here, I'm in focus.
Hey, what's up, Bryce and Max? This is Tired Sandwich from California. I just wanted to call as listener primate. And Max, while it's great, unless your wife was there when you fought off that chimp for your kid, you would lose and more than likely lose an arm or possibly your face. Chimps are extremely dangerous, and from what I've heard, they are one of the very few animals that if they escape in the zoo, they are shot on sight. They are not trained, they are shot. So chimps are extremely cunning and extremely dangerous. But other than that, as for the other thing that you said, Max, I actually walk past almost $11 to $30 million houses all the time here in California. Wow. And people do live there. And there are mansions that people do live in. And I know for a fact that there's a house on my route as a postman that is $70,000 a month to rent.
Wow.
So, not to mention, I have a person on my route who is selling their house right now, and it was more than $11 million for the house. And their house is pretty big. So, there are mansions People do live in houses like that. They don't live in houses like that maybe where you're from, but California is pretty expensive, and Hawaii is more expensive than California when it comes to house prices. So I'm pretty sure it's more expensive because I know there's a bunch of postmen that would love to work out there. But yeah, I love what you guys do. Love your guys' reviews. I wish you would go back to doing the whole movie, not just like takes of stuff, but you know, anything that I can get from you guys is worth it. Well, yep, love you guys. Max, doing great. Bryce, always doing great. And when are we getting David Day back? No, I'm just kidding. Keep that man away. But yeah, have a good one, guys. Bear hug.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever done like from the beginning to the end, like a recap, or we try not to.
I think there was a period back when David was on where that was pretty consistently going through the whole movie. And some people like that. I kind of liked that when I was listening. But the reason we don't do it is because we get more comments saying not to do that than we get comments saying to do that. So it's a pretty split. Some people like it, some people don't.
It's a good framework to like say what happened in the movie, and sometimes it's good to kind of hit all the points so people know what you're talking about, but it's not entertaining to me to hear someone give a synopsis of a movie. Like I'm here to hear what your take is about it or what you think.
So as far as
there's no movie for that either.
Yeah.
As far as the chimp thing goes, I was never saying that I believe I can take down a chimp. I was just saying that I would be so afraid to engage with a chimp. The only way I would is if it was attacking my child. Like, right. And I would get ripped limb from limb, but I would have to do it. That'd be the only way I could.
And now I'm curious, like if Tired Sandwich is delivering to $1 million, $11 million houses, like, does he get a good tip?
Who tips the mailman?
Do you hear people like tipping their postman
during Christmas?
Or like,
you leave stuff for them. Yeah.
Well, maybe I'm
a
bad host,
but I've heard that it exists, and that would probably be the best place to have it, like somewhere in Beverly Hills.
I also, when I said that no one lives in these houses, what I meant by that was the people who are watching this movie have never and will never step in a house like that. Like, I think what Hollywood likes to do is they're in California surrounded by these beautiful mansions. A lot of them are for rent to make movies, and they're like, I want my movie to be beautiful. I want space to make my movie. I'm going to rent one of these massive houses. The problem is 99% of people have never experienced stepping foot in a house of that caliber, and it's so foreign to most people.
Yeah. Yeah, there's very few like Hollywood productions that show like a typical like average family's house. Like closest was probably like Roseanne, maybe like Married with Children back in the 90s.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like the portrayed on television is extreme wealth, and just like you don't even realize like what that even looks like. Just the houses in Modern Family.
Yeah.
Like if you were to like just look at it, you're like, oh, that's a $10 million house that they basically live in a mansion. And this is just supposed to be a show about like, oh yeah, just the average kind of American family. It's like, no, they are making at least $400,000 a year.
We need to bring back the Malcolm in the Middle house. Now that was a house that I can relate to.
Yes. Family Matters is another one. Mm-hmm. They just don't do them like they used to.
All right, next one.
Hello, Kyle from Baltimore here. Just listened to your 28 years Bone Temple episode. Loved it. I gotta say, when you guys were recapping the first movie. My biggest problem with the first movie, and I have to listen to your other pod to see if you covered or not, was that Power Rangers ass ending at the end when all the Jimmies jump around and look fucking stupid. I'm not saying it ruined the first movie for me, but it definitely dampened it a little bit. And when you guys were talking about the 7 Jimmies, I saw an interesting thing that said if you go back and watch the first one when he's sitting there with all of his sisters, maybe he's trying to get the circle back. Like, I think he had like 7 sisters or something. Might have been a bit of a reach on that person's part, but, you know, kind of checks out. But love you guys. Keep up the good work and, you know, all that.
Got
a strong
ending at the end. Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment of the first 28 years later. And I think what they were going for, which is fine, is they knew the next one was going to be a different tone. And so they end it by kind of trying to transition that tone. And it does feel weird. Yeah. It felt a little awkward. I thought it looked dumb. But it works fine. Like, you get into the next movie and you know what's going on, and it works fine. I also agree that that part was kind of dumb, though.
All right, next.
Hi, my name's Mike. I'm from Kansas. Been listening for a long time. I just got finished listening to your Bone Lake review, and you guys mentioned about couples who are together for a long time and don't share finances. You don't understand that. So I just wanted to call and be like, give you just a couple of examples of why that happens. Of course, the caveat is that a lot of times these couples do have power of attorney and stuff like that to cover things like that. But one thing is, like, biker people, they're old ladies, they don't believe in marriage, and they will stay together for a long time and never get married. Also, about 12 years ago, some people couldn't get married, like certain couples, and even though it's now legal, they've been together for such a long time that they just don't see the point. Also, I've met people who are technically separated, but they can't get a divorce because their spouse refuses to sign the papers. And so they're in that situation also. Third is sometimes it's more advantageous for certain people not to get married, like they separate and get back together, or someone's dating someone that already has kids from a previous relationship, and they get a lot of benefits. And if they get married, they lose those benefits, and they don't want to lose those benefits. And so it's kind of playing off the system. And the worst one of all is abusive relationships, like my parents. Like, my dad refuses to share finances with my mom, and he made 3 times the amount, and she could barely make it by if they, on her own. So he just refuses to share finances with her, and they've been together for 47 years, and she's just so in love with him that she has never left him. So those are just some reasons why people might be dating, living together, and either have shared finances or not shared finances and not get married. So that's it. Love the show. Bye.
Yeah.
Okay.
way to make that a lot more nuanced than we were giving it credit for. No, to be fair, I if I were to take more than 5 minutes to think about it, I have heard of situations where you lose benefits if you get married and join bank accounts and stuff like that. And yeah, there's definitely scenarios where it makes sense not to. But I'm dumb, and I'm just going to spit my personal perspective without looking at the world from someone else's point of view. So,
yeah. I mean, I was thinking like of kind of the more situation where it's just young people that are like, yeah, we just don't get married anymore. Like, we're just going to live with each other and see how that goes. And then it just goes for much, much longer than they expected. And it's like, yeah, that's just confusing to me how that's handled financially. Like when there's no real reason not to get married, but they still don't get married. I guess that's mostly what I had questions about.
Hey guys, my name is Matt, and my wife's name is Vanessa. We are in Reading, Pennsylvania, and I'm throwing my name in for us to be possible co-hosts on an upcoming episode. We do a local horror movie podcast inspired by you guys, actually, called Couch of the Dead, and we only have 50 followers, but wondering if I could interest you guys in a husband and wife review with you guys. I'm an OG listener, and that would be really awesome. So hope to hear from you. Thank you, guys. Bye.
That might be interesting. I mean, that sounds more like you're wanting to promote your podcast than actually wanting to do it long term, to be honest.
He listens to the show. He wants to. I think that's fine. Yeah.
But yeah, you can throw your hat in the ring. Just sign up on the form. We have it linked in our and like pinned to our Facebook group. Just sign up. You can use, yours and your wife's name. And we could maybe we'll fit you in. We'll see. But either way, we'll have you on Sunday just to promote your podcast. So we'll cross promote. Why not? All right.
What's up, guys? It's Troy from Florida. I already messaged either Bryce or Max on Instagram, but I would also love to join the sausage party that's currently been happening the last couple of reviews, or should I say the Sun Help review. Haven't watched the movie yet because I've been busy at work, but I plan on going to see it this weekend, which I'm excited for because anything Sam Raimi is usually peak for me, so we'll see how it goes. I like that your guys' ratings are high on it, so that makes me excited. His blend of horror and comedy has just always been top tier. So, but look forward to hearing from you guys, and we'll talk soon. Later.
All right, another one throwing their hat in the ring. Looks like we have Troy already in the list, so we'll see if we can get to you.
I'm really glad we got to send help, because the more time I get away from that movie, the more I'm still thinking about it, still remembering scenes, and I enjoyed it. That was a good one.
Yeah, Send Help was good. I thought it would be a lot more popular than it was. I'm surprised that it didn't have kind of the impact or people talking about it as good as it was, and as as enjoyable. I've seen a lot of promotion of it. I've seen Rachel McAdams and her co-star in a bunch of interviews and stuff. And even Sam Raimi being interviewed. They're pushing it a lot, but I haven't seen anyone really talk about it online too much.
I haven't even seen it.
Being super viral.
Oh.
Yeah. I haven't seen it. I watched Iron Lung instead that weekend.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was good. I'm still processing it. It was good, but it's a slow burn, but it's still good.
I might go see Iron Lung just for me. I don't think we'll have time to get to it on the podcast unless Bryce really wants to do it next week and it's still playing. But I think
it was only playing 1 week. It was only in theaters for 1 week before they took it off. It was a very specific case.
Dude, I bought the game. It was $4. I saw it was $4 on Steam. I'm like, why not? I'll buy it. I'll play it on stream and see how good it is. I got so angry playing that game. I think the stream was only 30 minutes long because I was so frustrated with this game. And I stood up and I was like, nope. I closed all my windows and went to bed. I was so mad. I hated it.
Huh. Yeah, I mean, I've heard good things about it. Everyone that saw it seemed to like it. So yeah, I mean, I think we'll cover it eventually. I don't know if it's available right now to watch anywhere.
So it's totally not in theaters anymore?
I don't think so.
It's not supposed to be, but maybe, it got extended. I don't know.
It's playing in my theater today.
Yeah, it's playing.
That's great then. Good.
Send Help has been getting... Well, it's number 1 at the box office for this last week. But just not a lot of people are seeing movies. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to make back its budget. Because I think its budget was $30,000 or something like that. And it hasn't broken it yet. I think Iron Lung was close. Actually, you know what? Iron Lung.
Yeah, Iron Lung on a Friday was number one, and they definitely made their budget back because their budget was $3 million.
Yeah, on Box Office Mojo, it only has like the earnings listed from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday last week. But yeah, if they're showing it still at theaters,
yeah,
maybe it'll make some more money. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Did I play emos yet?
No.
I don't think so. Last one.
Hi, my name is Emil Tiedemann. I am from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I'm just phoning actually about the position for the co-host. I had already filled out the application online. I'm not sure if that was actually how I was supposed to do it or if I was supposed to call in. So I just thought I'd do both. Yeah, so a little bit about myself. I'm 46. Again, I'm from Canada. I am an Indigenous writer, and I'm a student as well right now. I went back to school, and I am a huge, huge horror movie fan. I'm a big fan of the show as well, the podcast. Yeah, I think I'd be a really good fit for the show. I love to be able to do an audition if that's possible. If not, that's cool. But if you need to reach me, its email is...
All right, I'm not going to play his email and phone number because he just left it on the voicemail.
Good call, good call.
Yeah, I see Emil filled out. Yeah, another one. We got you. Emil, sorry for taking your land. I apologize. But yeah, we'll see if we can fit you in. Let's see. We've gone through 4 now out of 19. So
yeah, I don't know if we're going to get through all 19, but we'll see.
We'll see. And unfortunately, Emil, you're in a demographic that we're not looking to really fill, which is guys my age. You know, it's cool that you're Indigenous. Like that's some diversity there, but yeah, again, we're looking for somewhere for a midpoint between me and Max that can explain my references to him.
Yes.
All right. That's it for voicemails.
All right. Thank you guys so much. I'm glad that we got a lot of voicemails talking about all the movies we've been reviewing lately. It seems like everyone's liking the selection. So had some good movies come out recently. If you want to be on the show, we will do our best to get to you. But if you are a patron, you can follow us over to our next recording, which we're going to do with Jissel, called The Afterpod, where we talk about our lives, and we're going to get to know her a little bit better, see if she's a good fit for the show. So follow us over there. But thank you guys for listening to this episode, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
I just took a stroll through the scraggly woods. He had no face! Horror!
Wow, that didn't sound good.